Do we actually understand the formation of this design? This design is the four dice. One, two, three, four, right? In the four dice or the five dice, we cannot have this way and this way. If it's turning this way, it's going through this way, or it's going through this way. If it's going through this way, right, it cannot be turning this way or this way, otherwise it won't go through. If it's going this way, then it can turn this way. So I go ahead and I take the four corners, right? You see this? 2 and 5. And then underneath, I put it in again, 5 and 2. We want to do it a little bit different. You want to do it a little bit different and box in. Now we get 2 and 6. We don't want to box it in again. We boxed in one side. We must leave an open lane for the rest of the design. The rest of this design will design as this into the open card. There's all kinds of designs we can do from cubes. What I wanted to go to right now is an association. The association is with Pluto, 84. If I take Pluto and Jupiter and I integrate it in every other planet, for example, P is in Neptune, 16th letter, T is in Pluto. I work this planet because it is the 9th planet. There are 9 area spaces. This one says C and I, the sky. This one says I for 3 for I, 939, the sky, because of the I letter, the dot over here. You ever look at the cards? 1 to 9, add up 1 to 9 equals 45. Add up 10, add up 1 to 9, and then add up 10, Jack, 10, 11, 12, 13. 11, 12 is 23, and 23 is 46, right over here. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 is 34. 29 and 34, this becomes 34 and 35. This becomes 69 rotation, the sun, and 0, the passing through the sun. You know that the O letter, we do understand the O letter. We do understand the O, right? We understand the O. We understand that if we divide it in half, we get half, and we get half. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 equals 3 and 2. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 2 on each side. We get 2 above and 2 below, 2.5 each. 2.5 each towards the center. Number 52, Earth. 262.50, 26,225 of the Mayan calendar. This is the design that they make. 1 and 2, 5 and 5 is half, 2 halves, 2 and 5, 52, the Earth heart. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 5 and 6. Why? Because here's 5 and here's 6. We made it from here to here. The polar on this cube is this side over here, 1 and 6. Although they meet in the center to this is 2.5, right? 2.5 plus 1 equals 3.5. 3.5 at the center. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 equals 15 and 8. Number 23. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 6 and 5, 11. Plus 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. 8 plus 2 is the cycle. 7 times 4, the cycle. 7 plus 4 equals to 11. 7 times 4 equals 28, and 11 equals 39, equals to the sky. 3 plus 9, 3 minus 9, 27, 2 and 7 is 9. 2 and 7, we do know what 2 is all about, right? 2 is about this and this. Let's go over something about 2. You want to go over something about 2? Maybe we're going to do it here. Imagine this was 2 and this was 2. We're going to fill them both in. 2 and 2 on their own side, right? I'm going to just fill this in. I shouldn't be doing this exactly the way I am, but this is 2 and 2. You see the formation of the K letter? The K letter will form in both sides. But this indentation is the connection between both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to finish this one and show you the truth of what 2 and 2 is supposed to actually do. Because it's on each side. It shows the I formation, the I and the H. H and H, H2O. I made them a little tiny error in here. So when the four come together, it's like this. Now, how do you make a formation? How do we get from here to here? Is it two cards next to each other? Two levels. We must connect all the levels together. Do you see what this is? This is a code. This is Mercury. See Mercury, M-E-R-C-U-R-Y, 3 times up and down. If you keep going up and down, they make designs. You see the T in the center over here? See the 77? See this design over here? Inside the design on the American dollar, it's the same lettering. All these, GMC, 2 sides. This is the 3. Again, this is another design. I might not have it perfect. Remember, I'm only on here to wake up our own minds. Mercury, 103. I jumped off of something. Let's continue with this. This is your I and I, your H and H. This is the separation between the two. The oceans, the rings, the oceans, the rings between each other. We need to have at least 2 to show this. And we need to have these 2 halves to show the connect to the left and the connect to the right. So we have 1, 2, and a half on this side and a half on this side. So this is 1.5, this is 1.5, and together they are 2. But they are part of each other. 2.5. 1, 2, and a half. Because they both get this. 1, 2, and a half is 3. 1.5 and 1.5 that come together is 3. 1, 2, and 3. They get the oceans. What was I going to show you about 1? See this number 1? 1/8. 1 turns in 8 directions for 360 degrees. It turns 3 hours for every 45. Add up 1 to 9. It equals to 45, equals to 360 degrees, or 1 part. 8 times. This value will now become 8 times in order to make up 1. 1 now equals 8. Plus 1 area. 1 equals 8. 1 and 8 is H and A that remake the letter R. R is the 9th letter. 1 and 8 equals to 9. It's I. And minus 1 from 8 is G. So this is how it would come together. Now, I'm not sure of the continuous letters. A does not start on A. A must start on C. Why does A start on C? Because it's either this, the polar of this, of the greatest dimension, is 2. 1 plays between 2. So if I put 2 out here, I got the in between here. Between here and here, between here and here is 1 and 9. There are 7 spaces. Here is the 1 and here is the 6. There's a total of 4 spaces. Between 1 and 6, there is a total of 4 spaces. 2, 3, 4, 5. But the 5 is inside the 2 that you begin with, and the 4 is inside the 5. The 1 is inside the 3, so you do not need 3. You do not need 2. You do not need 4. It's all in the 5. 5 and 6 play together on the second half. Remember, 1 only exists inside of 2 and 4 outside 360-degree positions, equaling to a total of 4 times 8 equals to 32. The doorway is 32, 23 backwards. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. 5 and 6 again over here. So now we're going to do on the high scale numbers. We're going to go on the calculator. If I have the calculator right here, I do not. So the high scale we are going to go is 1 to 9. This is 404. 404040404. That's the way it's going to continue. 404. This way over here is 202. 2020202. But we have two worlds that we run in. We're going to leave it at this. What is the total of this if we bent it over this way? And we put this one over here this way, it'd be 808 because we're running both worlds from over here. Bicycle playing cards. When we run this number over here, it's 6. When we run this number over here, it's 8. When we run this number over here, it's 4. 4 and 8 is 12, equals 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 6 is 14. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 3.5 plus 2.5 minus 2.5 is the polar between 1 and 6. Remember, on the clock, remember that 1 is here and 6 is here. 1 is here and 6 is here. 45 degrees and 90 degrees. 135 degrees. This is my ace angle. 135 says ace. It is electric company. It is the flow of energy of where the one spirit passes in through 2, then in through 4, and electrifies 6. 5 inside of 6. Why is 5 inside of 6? Because of 1. That's inside of 5. 6 is all of 1. It's in 2 directions, the 6. It's this way, where the 2 and 8 cycle, the sky cycle, and the river cycle between 4 and 6. Here is the river, and here is the 4 cycle. What is this cycle? This cycle repeats. It starts off in the middle at 9. It goes down to 5. It goes over the 1, and it goes over to 1 again, and then it goes over to, this is 9. Sorry, let's start this off. This is 9, and then we drop a cycle here, and then we drop a cycle here, and then we drop a cycle here, and then we drop a cycle here. This would be 9 again. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Jumping because of the 4 levels, unless we put it on this angle here. Now let me go back to these numbers over here. Okay, this number over here, this is 1 and 6. Here's the 2 on the dice opposite of the 5. The 2 opposite of the 5 goes right over here. So if I would just take this, if the dice would be on the angle like this, okay, on this angle, 6 and 5 and 1 and 2 go together. You see 6, 5, and 1, 2? So we don't need 1 and 2. We're going to revert everything and play everything from 5 and 6. No more 1, 2. We now begin on center C. The 24th key from one end, the 29th key from the other end. We must understand that 2 cubes of 9, an expression 2 minus 9 to the 7th gate, or 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 7 will equal 23. This number will end up equaling at 23, and then 5 and 6 again. This will equal to 86. This is the cat, the 9 lives of the cat. What happens to the 9 lives of the cat? It's because wherever the 9 goes, inside all the 9 areas, the spaces, the cat's tail. Whichever way you want to look at it, this is the mind. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to your 6 and 8. 6 times 8 is 48. What is that? It's equal to the 1 dice. Why is it equal to the 1 dice? Because 1 is across from 6 as a polar. And 6 is a replica of 8. Why is 6 a replica of 8? Well, here's 8, and there's your replica 6. Here's 6, and there's your replica 8. The polars of each other. 6, 1 polar. And what is 1 different than? 1 is missing 8 spots. And 2, 8 spots, right? We're talking about spots now, right? What animals are spotted animals? 7 spots and 8 spots. The total is 15. A and E. Between A and E, because that's what we're missing. 7 and 8, the gateway. G and H. G and H comes together in F. We live at 2 and 3. We don't live at 1 and 2. 2 comes in at 3. The revert side of that would be 9, right? 2 comes inside of 3. The revert of that is 9. 2 comes inside of 3, 5. The revert is that. 5, 9, 9, 5. Neptune. Einstein. Neptune. Einstein. You don't have it in here, but Neptune is 95. Einstein is 95, and it's EIEIO, which is 5959 on the clock. The foxhole and the sun, 9 times 5 is 45. These are the only 2 numbers that will not make the straight. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, 625. No 3, 4. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 256. No 3 and 4. 256 is 512. Memory, 1, 2, and 5. Why 1, 2, and 5? Because 1 and 2, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 5. 3 and 2 is inside of each other. The aleph shows these two come together. If I split this dice in half, this dot, right, owns this corner and half of this. This dot owns this corner and half of this. Have you ever seen really how this works? This dice cube is actually like this, right? So if I show you 5 spots, I'm going to have to color in 4 areas. They're all separated. These are in between. There's more of the guck. This is 5 and 4, the ocean. Here's I and I. Where was I right now? So this 2 and 1, this 2 and this 1. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. This 3 shows 6 empty spaces. So there's 6 empty spaces for 3. There's 6 empty spaces for 3. There's 70 empty spaces for 2. There's 8 empty spaces for 1. 1, 2, 3 is now 21. See, 1 and 2 comes back over here. 8, 7, and 6 equals 21. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4, in which 3, 4, and 7 and 6, we don't need the 8 because it is the 4 times 2 area. We're only going up 3 levels. 3 levels at a time. This is 4 levels. The 2 is in, the 8 is out. 2, 4, 6, and out again because it's 3 at a time. It's 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7. 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8. 3 comes back over here. 3, 4, 7, 6 is the size of the moon. And the moon is the control of the 45. 1 spirit and 8 controlling everything in the ocean. 8, 7, and 6, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 is in between 1 and 5. What is 1 and 5? It's almost like here and here. In between here is 2, 3, and 4. It's like I'm holding a stick here and I'm holding a stick here. In between is the pli, in between 2, 3, and 4. There are 180 minutes and a 45 degree. 8 times this happens in a day. 8 times this happens in a day. 180 minutes. If you took this as half, you double this, it would be 4 times 1440. 4 times would be saying 4 days in one. This shows me there's 4 days in one. How? Because 2 times 180, 2 times 4 equals 8, and 2 times 180 equals 360. So now I know there's 4 times 360, 1440 minutes in a day. There's 4 times this cycle in a day. 3 different cycles in a day. This is pointing this way. Then that will be pointing that way. Then that will be pointing this way. Then that will be pointing this way. The weather vane, the weather vane, the chicken that points north. There's a reality in other worlds. 18 minutes into this. I don't know if I got out a great video. If there's questions, please ask. I need to explain it a lot better. You see, Earth 52, 2 times 5, 2 plus 5, 2 sides, half and half. 25, 6, 25, because the 5 goes with 6 and 1. 1 is with 6. They're the polar of each other. 6 on one side, 1 on the other. When you have 6 and 3 together, see this 6 and 3? Here's 3 empty spaces. Here's 6 empty spaces. That's 9. We got 9 and 9. Creation. 6 and 3 and 5 and 4 are the only 9s, right? So let's see how many empty spots. 4 empty spots and 5 empty spots is 9. And 3 empty spots and 6. We have 18 empty spots and 8 full. 18, 18, 36. What is not on there is on here, 1 here, and here. 8, 7, 8, 7, 6. 21 spots. 21 spots here, and 3, 4, 5. 3 is 12. That's right. Is that 33? 3, 4, 5. Let me see. Here's 3, and here's 4, is 7, and here's 5. That's 12. So there's 12 on this one over here, and there's 21. 12, 21. So if you want to know what 12, 21, the empty spaces and the caught spaces in here. 33 plus 21 in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 21, and 33 is 54, the number to the sun. The only two numbers that do not fill in the straight, 3 and 4, DC, 3 times 4 is 19. 19, artificial intelligence, is what fills in the gap. A and I. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. This is the year 2015, and we are closing off the 2016. Have a nice summer. Thank you for watching.